Evit, I'm Assistant Izzet. Welcome to camp. Would you like both?
Savage. Hey.
You guys can choose anybody's.
Camp changed my life. As we started pulling up to camp, I saw this huge crowd of cheering people. When the bus doors hissed open, I felt my stomach flip. Then I saw it. Grown-ups were cheering like we'd won the Super Bowl, waving flags from every country, and get this, holding giant signs with my name on one of them. I'd never been that important in my whole life. A junior big high-fived me so hard my hands stung in the good way, and my big camper steered me through the noise into the big meeting hall. I barely had time to breathe before Miss Kim welcomed us, and suddenly I was on a scavenger hunt. New RFK bag, shiny water bottle, my very own Bible. That's when it hit me. These people thought about me before I even got here. They said we could choose any activity center we wanted, so I sprinted for the rock wall, fingers shaking, legs wobbling, but I climbed all the way to the top and felt like I could conquer the world. Later, I got to build a whole truck out of wood and even painted it. No one's ever trusted me to use a hammer before.
I love it. I'll go. Oh, that's so cute.
I heard other kids giggling at the tea party, practicing their fancy accents. And every afternoon, we piled on the golf carts that zoomed us to the biggest pool I've ever seen, complete with a rock wall that splashes you into the deep end, a lazy river for floating races, and friends who didn't care if you could swim like a dolphin or a bowling ball. Nobody sat alone in the hot tub. Even Grandma and Grandpa jumped in to splash us. The days blurred into the kind of fun you never want to pause. A surprise birthday carnival where everyone got presents. Snow cones dyed our tongues blue, and I nailed the dunk tank target on my first try. We even had a talent show where everyone got to show off their hidden talents. Some kids sang, others danced. We even had some kids do makeup, and others put on a whole play. But the best part happened when the sun came up. At Breakfast Club, Professor Quizit and Assistant Izzet made stuff fizz, pop, and sometimes explode. We shouted camp songs until the rafters shook, and all the JBCs put on this hilarious play all about construction. And then Miss Kim talked about Jesus. Except she didn't make him sound all distant or fancy. She said he was right there, cheering when I made it to the top of the rock wall, laughing when I belly flopped, smiling when I built my very own truck out of wood. That's when I realized this Jesus guy isn't just in stained glass windows. He actually knows my name. And he loves me even when home is hard. I have some favorite quiet moments too, like sitting with my big camper at lunch, talking about everything and nothing, feeling safe. I started the week carrying worries I couldn't even name, stuff that's too heavy for kids. But somewhere between cannonballs and craft glue, the load got lighter. for the first time in forever. I felt like a regular kid, and regular feels amazing. So to every craft lady, big camper, junior big, coach, nurse, golf cart driver, woodworker, flag waver, puppet master, science experiment starter, and room decorator, thank you for cheering until your voices cracked, for wrapping presents I didn't even know I needed, for calling me by name the minute I stepped off the bus. Thank you for building a place where kids like me can be brave, silly, and loved all at once.
Because of you, I didn't go home the same kid I was when I got on that bus. I went home taller, not on the outside, but on the inside. I went home braver, because someone finally believed I could do something big. I went home with a story that's mine. Not just what's happened to me, but who I'm becoming. You gave me more than a fun week. You gave me memories I can pull out when life gets hard again, like flashlights on the darkest nights. So, when I miss camp, I'll remember the sound of the cheering. I'll remember the lazy river, the birthday party, the smell of paint in the craft room, the weird science experiments that almost exploded. I'll remember that there's a place in the world where people see me, know my name, and love me anyway. And I'll hold on to that truth like a rope until I get to come back. Camp didn't just change my week. Camp changed my life. So, thank you for all you did for me and all the kids at camp.